Hello, hello. All right, so I had a wonderful question come in on the podcast premium. There's an Ask Me Anything thread and people post questions. And one of the questions was, hey, Heather, what habits did you acquire in your journey for weight loss, weight management? That would be super helpful for me to know or maybe to, riff off of kind of thing. And so I just want to take a second and talk about this because as I was answering the question for, the podcast premium members, I thought this would actually be really good information just to put here as well. So when I look back over the entirety of my journey, there's one thing that has stayed super consistent as far as like habits go and things like that, is I've always taken some time in the morning to lay out a plan. Like, it could be something as simple as plugging my food into MyFitnessPal, planning out what I'm going to do for the day with my meals. It could be writing out a plan on my Google Calendar. Like I noticed it comes down to really one thing. I start my day with intention. And it's always looked different, but I get up and I have a basic morning routine. I get a cup of coffee. I open up my laptop. Right now, I'm posting in the community forums my daily plan. So kind of like my goals, what I want to get done. And then I even lay out what my plan is for my food for the day, my plan for my fitness. I always start the day with intention. And if I were to say, now having coached people for the last 8 years, what is the definite problem that most people come up against? They're reacting to things all day. They're not being intentional. They're not telling people, nope, sorry, I have this scheduled during this time. I can't do that for you right now, or I'll have to do that tomorrow because I already have something blocked out on my calendar. They're not saying to somebody, hey, this is what we're eating for dinner, because that's what they already put in their plan. They're changing and reacting to things all day. Now, that doesn't mean my plans don't change. So I want to be super clear on this. It's not like Heather wrote it down and it happens like that every day. But 90% of the time, if you start with a general plan, this is what I'm going to do today, these are the goals I'm going to accomplish, this is what I'm going to eat, you will at least get some, if not all of what's on that list done by the end of the day, because you wrote it down. You had a plan. You weren't just kind of seeing what you were going to eat through the day based on what was available. You weren't just reacting to circumstances and situations to decide what you were going to do. So I get up, I write this stuff out, and I have a new puppy right now. He's given me a little bit of a challenge first thing in the morning, so sometimes I'm doing it on my phone, not even doing it on my laptop. And then I go for some kind of physical walk, movement, get some movement in. That's really it. The planning and thinking about my day, opening up my Google Calendar, saying, hey, what's going on today? What do I want to get accomplished? Starting my day with intention, but not rigidity. So like things will happen. I will have to make some alterations. I'll have to move something off today, maybe put it later in the week because I can't get it done today, even though I really, really wanted to, right? So I just want to encourage you, don't feel like you have to be rigid. Don't feel like you have to say no to everything, but also by just taking a minute to lay out a plan for yourself, having some intention for that day, that 24 hours, you're going to get so much more accomplished, so much more done. And you're generally going to continue to move in the right direction, even if you hit bumps and turbulence, okay? So that kind of, for me, as I was answering this person's question, starting my day with intention, taking about 5 to 10 minutes out, thinking through what it is I want to accomplish in the day, what it is I'm going to do, what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to do for fitness. Just taking that minute to put all that down, hugely helpful. And like I said, it's looked different at different phases, but it's actually kind of been pretty consistent. Like I've always seen myself, even when my kids were really little, that's why I started getting up at 5:30 in the morning, because I could beat them to the chase. I could get up a little bit earlier so I could have some clarity in the morning for myself. And again, plans don't always happen, but generally I always move in the right direction. All right, guys, I hope this helps, and I will talk to you soon.